Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my guest is part of a duo. It's the mom of the duo. It's Allison of 2Steel Girls, and usually it's Allison and Crystal Steele of 2Steel Girls. And they first captured our attention when they were on The Voice, the very first episode of The Voice. Hello, Allison.
Hey!
How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome. So, kind of tell me about your journey when you first started in music right up to where you guys are now.
Oh, well, it was a pretty cool journey. I grew up singing. We grew up in southeastern Ohio, and it's just a small town there. We were, it's a coal town, and we were just really poor growing up. And I always tell everybody, it's funny because if you don't have any money, you really don't do much but something cheap. We hunted, fished, and sang music. So it's like my whole family is into music. So then when I had my kids, I was a worship leader at our church full time, and my husband played drums. His family was into music too for about 3 generations that I know of. And so he was our drummer, and we just kind of raised our kids in church singing and playing instruments, and Aaron stepped up to the guitar one day, and Crystal started singing with me, and that's where they first started playing and singing, and just kind of naturally just went on from there. Music is something our entire family loves. So.
Well, you're very good at it. Now, just so everybody knows, your husband, Todd, is part of the band, as well as Aaron and Crystal's brother. So, yeah, all of you, the whole family. And so then, what prompted you to audition for The Voice?
Well, Crystal wrote her very first song, and because of that, we just made a little YouTube video, and I thought it was a great song. It was called Chasing You, and it was actually, she had liked this guy in church, and he seemed like one minute he would like her, the next minute he wouldn't. Most of us have dealt with those kind of relationships. And it just hurt her feelings, and finally she said, I am so done with that, because it's like it really hurts your self-esteem. And she said, I'm so done with it. So she wrote this song called Chasing You, and the song actually says, I'm through chasing you. And it's really cool, and it was a great song for her first song ever. And that's actually up on our website, and you can get it for free if you send us an email there. But what's so cool about it is we just put the video up, and we made like I think $300 or $500 video, which is pretty cheap. To most of us, that sounds expensive, but that's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And here's that still. And what happened was we put it up, and 2 weeks later, talent scouts from The Voice saw it. And so they sent us an email and said, would you guys like to do a private audition? And we were like, of course we would.
Yeah.
And so we went and auditioned. We had only performed 4 times outside of church.
Wow.
When we went to audition for The Voice. So The Voice is actually, when you see our performance there, we were really nervous, but it was actually only our 5th time ever performing outside of church.
That's amazing. So. Wow, and you did a great job for even being nervous. And your coach ended up being Blake Shelton, and you were the only mother-daughter duo to appear as finalists. So you went far in the show. And like I say, I watch it all the time, and I cannot wrap my head around how people can learn songs so quick and get up in front of not just the audience that's there, but knowing all these people are watching you on TV. And just every week you have to, have a new song and learn stage presence. And it blows me away. So hats off to you for being able to do that, because I don't sing, thank God, but I would never, I would have crashed under the pressure. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. That's kind of how we felt, though. We were, if you can imagine, singing in front of CeeLo and Christina Aguilera and Blake and then Adam. It was, and that only being, we had never walked across the stage before while singing, really. Not much, because in church, you just pretty much stand there. And then they were wanting us to perform, and so it's like, oh gosh, we don't even know how to perform. And I remember them, saying, well, just can you walk across the stage and kind of interact with each other? And we had never done that. So you can imagine, on top of that, you're on national television. You don't even know how many millions of people will be watching.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you have what we consider a career that we hope to pursue for the rest of our lives. That was on the line. And then you've got Christina Aguilera, who is probably one of the best singers in music.
Yes.
Her voice is incredible, and Blake Shelton and Adam. I mean, it's like the biggest stars of all. So we were shaking. It's funny because we were so nervous. I've never been more nervous in my life. I felt like actually at one point I might pass out.
Oh my goodness.
It
See,
was crazy.
I would have passed out. Well, no kidding, and especially like you say, in front of those judges, because they are superstars. I mean, they're amazing. So yeah, I would have passed out. Now, not only did you make it as finalists as a mother and daughter duo, you also broke another major barrier. You became the first music artist to ever launch a debut independent single with a live performance in front of millions of the viewers on the Today Show, all because of a fan-initiated campaign. Tell me about that.
That was so cool. We had a friend, a fan at the time. We had never ever met. Her name was Sandra. And she is from Connecticut, and we had met her on Facebook somehow. She became a fan of our what little music we did have out there. And we saw Miranda actually on the Today Show, and I just mentioned on Twitter, it's so funny, I just said, that's one of our dreams. Hopefully one day we'll get to do something like that, because we just love Kathy Lee and Hoda on the Today Show. Mm-hmm. And our fan, Sandra, saw it, and said, can I start a Facebook page called Get 2Steel Girls on the Today Show? And we're like, yeah, you're welcome to do that. That would be fine. We'll support it. And we just honestly, at the time, never thought that would have went anywhere. I mean, who thinks that would go anywhere? Yeah. So within 8 days, we had over 1,000 people on the page. And she told them, if you really want this to happen, you guys, then you need to go over to the Facebook page and tell Kathy Lee and Hoda. And if you want to send emails, do that and let them know. Well, within, I think it was almost 3 weeks, we were upstairs practicing with our band for a little show we had, and we got an email. We took a quick break, and we got an email on our break, and it said, it was from the Today Show. At first I thought it was a joke, and I opened it up, and it had all the official stuff on there and said, hey, our producers have noticed this has never, ever happened before. Your fans are just crazy. Would you consider coming on our show? We're like, yes. So we had to call them, and it was awesome. We have not released any music other than what we did performing on The Voice on iTunes or anything like that. We didn't have anything like that. And so we went on there and performed for Mother's Day, and it was incredible. So
wow, that's amazing. So this Mother's Day, it'll be kind of an anniversary for you.
Yeah, it will. It'll be 4 years this Mother's Day.
Wow, that is awesome. And I notice that you interact with your fans a lot, which I think is great. I love artists that do that, because without the fans, I mean, really, you don't exist. So you guys are always on Twitter and wherever you're always talking to your fans. I mean, that's how I found you. Now, since then, you've also had the rare honor of opening for celebrity comedian Larry the Cable Guy, who I love, performing a Christmas special with Blake Shelton, and performances on the Hallmark Channel, RFD TV, Fox, and more. So you guys are doing really well. The part that I love, I love your music. I love camouflage. I am from a small town where we ride, ATVs, and I have my hunter safety, and I fish. You put me on a boat, you could leave me there all summer. So when I found out that more than just music artists, you guys serve as brand ambassadors for Realtree and Realtree Girl Lifestyle Apparel, and it's the world's leading camouflage company, and it's got millions of customers from the same demographic group targeted by you guys. So you're getting all of their fans as well. It just blew me away. So if you have any camouflage that you're not wearing, you can send it my way. I don't have pink. I have no pink camouflage. But anyways, I think that's amazing. And it kind of goes with your style. Like, I mean, talking about branding, it's perfect for you guys. Just because of the way your songs, and like you said, you do all those things. So you do wear camouflage. So I'm really happy to hear that they're helping you, and I just think it's a great idea. When I heard that, I was like over the moon.
Yeah, they have really been a blessing to us. Mr. Durden is not only a great hunter, he's a great businessman. He's the CEO of Realtree. But, he's a great businessman, but he's also a great person. And it's funny, when you work with Realtree, it might be big business because it is a huge camouflage company. I mean, it's, like you said, the biggest in the world. But it feels so small because the people that have worked there have honestly, many of them have worked there more than a decade. Some of them worked there 20 years. Some of them worked there since they got out of school. And so once they get on at Realtree, it seems like they stay and they become family. And that's kind of how it's been for us as well. They took us on almost 2 years ago now. And, boy, we are just starting to work with a lot of their licensees. Those are people who make, there's about 3,500 companies now that make Realtree products. So we're getting to know a lot of those companies and to work with a lot of them, and it's really cool. We get to do like store grand openings, and like we just got to go to Talladega for the races. And
oh, wow.
There's a company that makes Realtree hot tubs. They were there. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
And, of course, Realtree sponsors some of the drivers, too. But it's just been incredible for us. It's really helped our career a lot and gave us a lot more exposure.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think it's awesome. And once I saw that, I'm like, I am going to their website. I am getting pink camouflage. Because I have camouflage, I don't have pink. And the funny part about me loving camouflage, my granddaughter, who's 11, is now wearing camouflage because I do. And now we live in the city, so people are looking at her going, what are you doing? So it's kind of funny. So where are you going to go now? I mean, you guys, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are stars. And you're not on a label, right? You're still independent?
No, that's true. We have done everything ourselves. We have managed ourselves, and we didn't know how to do any of that. How to manage a band. You just kind of learn on your own, but we also have done our own booking and all of that. We even did things like we learned Photoshop because we Photoshop our own pictures. We built our own website, so we had to learn WordPress to build our own website, and all that. We send out all of our own emails. So we have just slammed with so much business that it's overtaking the music side. We don't get to practice music as much as we should because of that, because we're booking and sending out contracts and all that stuff. So we are so thankful. We just announced about a month and a half ago that we signed with our first managers after talking to so many management groups. We signed with the Holland Group, and they're in Nashville. They're very reputable, and we just love them. Oh, my gosh, they're incredible. They've taken a lot of that work off of our shoulders so we can focus more on music and our fans. And then on this May 1st, we just signed with our first booking agent, so we don't have to book our own shows anymore. We're
awesome.
So excited about that.
No kidding. That is such good news.
A lot of work. So we just signed with a booking agent, and we're going to be doing some huge shows we can't announce yet, but as soon as we get all the contracts signed and things like that, we will announce those. But our goal, you asked our goal, and I'm sorry this is a long way to go about this, but our goal is to do this for the rest of our lives and to do it well. we love our fans. Our fans, we don't call them fans usually, we call them friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get as close to people as we can. We just love being in people's lives. We love to meet with people after our shows, before our shows, go on coffee dates with people, together as a family, not just me and Crystal. But,
Yeah.
we go out together, and we'll take our whole band, and we'll go visit with people. That's what means a lot to us. Touching someone's life is what music is about. We found that if you want to be a star because you have the big head and you think you're cool, you're not really going to go anywhere. But if you're in it because you actually have a heart for people and you want to touch people's lives, whether that's making them laugh while you're on stage, making them shake their butt, or even cry because you're inspiring them or you've touched their heart in some way, that's what this business is really, really about. And what a business to be in, If you can really touch someone's life with what you do, man, that makes me catch on fire. That's what I love, and my whole family's like that. So we hope to have our own tour one day. We hope to get on major radio and get a major record label, because that's what we're working hard for and dreaming of.
That's awesome.
We'll see what happens.
Well, and hopefully when you go on your tour, you come to Winnipeg, Canada, because,
we hope so.
Yeah, I'd love to meet you guys. I think you're amazing. I'm just going to let everybody know who's not familiar with you, and obviously they've been living under a rock if they're not. But anyways, so Allison, you're mom, and you're the blonde.
Uh-huh.
And Crystal is the brunette, right?
Right.
Okay. Just so people know, just so you can distinguish. Because honestly, you guys look like sisters, and I'm not just saying that. You do. When I saw you guys on The Voice as mother-daughter, I was like, what? No, they're sisters. But no, yeah, you guys, you look very young for your age. So, congratulations on that.
I'm hoping to hold it together. I don't have plastic surgery or anything like that. I told our managers, I said, it's a lot of pressure when I walk in a room with rising country artists, because it's so funny, they're all my daughter's age, and I'm walking in, and it can be overwhelming sometimes because you're getting older. You've got, my kids are grown, and it can be a lot of pressure, And so for me, it's just been. I'm thankful that I do look younger. It makes me feel good that you said that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Most
You're welcome.
Do think we're sisters. I told my manager, I said, when I first saw you, I didn't think that. I thought you were sisters. I didn't know you were mother-daughter. I said, I'm so thankful that people say that. It makes me feel great. But I could fall apart at any minute. I don't know how I'm holding it together.
Well, you know what?
It's like when cars going down the road, it looks really, really good, but the driver knows it could fall apart at any minute, and all of a sudden his tire just breaks loose and goes rolling down the highway.
Oh my God. Well, you know what it is? It's because you are doing country living, which I think is the best thing for anybody. And you're also following your passion. And like you said, helping people is amazing. It makes you feel so good at the end of the day. And I think that feeling shows. It reflects in your face and your eyes and your smile. So I think that's what you got going on, because you can tell that you're so passionate about what you guys do. And like I said, fresh air is good too. Now, what two songs? Well, actually, before we get to that, you kind of gave some advice, but what advice would you give any new artist starting out?
I think the best advice I could give that I've learned, and it's taken me a lot of years to learn, even though I've been told it all my life, the best way to describe it is my goal is superstar. Not because I just want to be a superstar for the heck of it, but because I love it. So we all have big dreams like that. And I know where I came from. So when I think of a superstar, I think of Carrie Underwood, and she's beautiful. She's a rock star, kind of. She's country rock star. But in my mind, she's like incredible singer. And I don't see myself as that. So even though I want to be a star like that. I don't see myself like that. So in my career, I've always tried to be someone else. In my life, even growing up in school, I was never popular. I never was asked on one date in school. So I've always dealt with self-esteem, I guess, issues a lot. And I was going to say a little, but truthfully, a lot. So whenever we started pursuing country music, I didn't want to be in my own skin. I wanted to be better than me. So we started dressing kind of like Carrie Underwood when we came on the scene, and had the big hair, which I like big hair, but a whole lot of makeup and a whole lot of different kind of clothes than we normally wear. And, we come from the hills of Ohio, hunting and fishing and just tomboys and all that. So I tried to be something I wasn't. But I could walk in the room looking like L.A., looking good. But as soon as I opened my mouth, it was like my country my hip just came out. It was saying that you've got to be in music. You can be a rock star, but you've got to be authentic, especially in country music.
Yeah.
Country people can tell you're fake from a mile away.
Yeah, they can.
And they don't embrace that. Country people like authentic,
Mm-hmm.
And they love superstars. They love Carrie Underwood, and she can pull that off. But if I'm going to try to be Carrie Underwood, I'm not going to be a good Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
And my best advice is to do what Blake Shelton said. And he told me this. My mom told me when I was growing up. Be proud of you being you and what you look like and where you come from and how you were raised, no matter if it was any more or any less than anybody else. Be yourself. Embrace it. And you know what? When Crystal and I, we were so upset one day. We were sick of all the music we were singing. We were sick of wearing clothes that didn't work well with us and trying to act like somebody we didn't weren't. When we just sat down on the couch one day frustrated and we were ready to give up, we said, okay, we can either give up and quit because this is ridiculous. We're not enjoying music anymore. This is no fun. Or we can embrace us. Who are we? And we made out a list. That's who are we? We like to hunt. We like to fish. We're country people. We're not city folk. And we named all the stuff we like. We like bonfires. And we put it all down on there. And we like to be kooky. We're very sarcastic. We love being a family. So we put all that on there, and we started embracing it as we were going forward with our career. And as soon as we did, as soon as we started being us and acting like us and being dorky online, the doors started opening everywhere for us.
Wow.
And it's been incredible. So you have to be you and be thankful that you're you.
Yeah.
Somebody wishes they could be you.
Exactly. Totally. Exactly. Yeah. And great advice. That is great advice because, and I'm going to say this I love all artists. I love music. I think music touches your soul. It's just a great form of communication. And it always represents something that happened in your life. And it just is so weird. Somebody will write a song and you can relate it to something that happened to you. But I listen to a lot of artists that they all sound the same. And it's like, okay, somebody's got to stand out. Somebody's got to be different because you can't be cookie cutter because you're just being like everybody else and you're going to get lost in the, they're going to pick the one that they love the most that sounds like everybody else and the rest are just going to fall to the wayside. So yeah, that is great advice. So I agree with you. Be yourself. Now, What 2 songs are we going to hear from you?
Well, we're going to hear the double lead, and believe it or not, it sounds like a horrid song with the title, but it's a very good song. And Red, White, and Blue Girls, and we are very patriotic. My dad is a disabled American veteran who fought in Vietnam, and he almost died 3 times on us. He was blown up in a landmine, and he still has shrapnel and stuff in his body. And we wanted to do a I'm proud to be an American kind of song, and it's a song. It's a little bit different. It's not one of those real inspiring. It's more I'm just proud to be an American girl song. So it's just a lot of fun. I hope you like it.
Yeah, it's a great song. Both of the songs are, but I love the Red, White, and Blue, and it's actually the remix, and it's very catchy. So I'm really glad that I get to put that up. Now, people can purchase your music. I'm sure Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, everywhere that they can download music.
They can, and you know what? We're giving music away on our website. We're getting ready to do a new CD this year, and we are just giving a lot of our old music away. And I would rather someone go get it for free and kind of get to know us than have to go buy it for 99 cents right now and then go, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So go try it out. You know, go to our website, see if you like it, download it. And if you do, you know, maybe you'll become a fan. And that would be incredible to us if you know, want to get involved with our career, get to know us. That's what means a lot to us. So
that's awesome. Well, and I broadcast worldwide. I have fans that listen in the UK, the States, Canada, all over the place. So people are going to get to know you. And I'm hoping that once you get to announce the tours and what you're doing, let me know on Twitter. You can come back on my show always and announce any news that you have. And when you get up there and you win your ACM, just, you know, do a shout out to me. Because I believe you guys are going to get there. Okay, so tell Crystal I say hi. Tell everybody I say hi, your entire family. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come on my show. I absolutely love you guys. So do your fans. You have amazing fans. Just reading the tweets, it blows me away. And I love that you interact with them. So yeah, anytime you guys want to come back on, let me know. And the best of luck to you.
Well, thank you so very much. It really means a lot that you brought us on. So I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry Crystal couldn't be on today. She's watching the baby, so she's watching our little niece. So it's just kind of how it all worked out, and I apologize. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you just never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers!